Alright gang, welcome back to our Skyefin Aquafarm series here on Kinlaig. It's still September for the time being. We're going to do a another episode in September. We are going to be jumping to October pretty quickly here. I went ahead and set the worker off on doing the plowing of this field. We probably will have to finish up the plowing. I do not expect the worker to finish, but maybe they will. Reason why we're doing this is because for these two fields here that we drilled in the last episode, they need to be rolled. My most hated job of all the jobs, but they need to be rolled, and I kind of forgot about doing the rolling, if I'm honest with you, in the last episode. Maybe we should have did it then. So those of you might have already said something in the comments. I don't know for sure. I'm doing this recording before that last one was released, but nonetheless, we need to roll them. And, yeah, not my favorite job in the world to do, but it does need to be done, and we're going to go ahead and do it and gain that extra small amount of profit that it will provide us. But not only that, for precision farming, it is definitely going to help in the long run for the actual yield of the field, right? So we're going to do it. It shouldn't take us an absolute insane amount of time, but given the fact that we do have to do both fields here, it might take a little bit longer than I'm anticipating. Maybe the worker does get done with the plowing. If they do, fantastic. That means when we jump to October, we're not going to have a ton that we have to do. And what I mean by that is we're just going to have to drill that field and then do our normal stuff that you're used to doing, right? Which is moving the fish around all the different areas. How's everyone doing today? Hope you're all doing well. Things are good, man. Back in the groove here, hopefully. Now, in case you're new here and you stumbled across this, first of all, hit that like, subscribe button for me. Second of all, the reason why I hate rolling is it's kind of been explained a couple of times, but I'm going to explain it one more time really quick here. So we've got some new people that have joined. I don't like the fact that with rolling, if I was to pick up the roller, which granted I haven't done that yet, and that's the way I'm kind of getting around it, which is a little unrealistic, but I'm doing it anyway. When you pick up the roller, it just takes forever to pick it up and put it back down, pick it up and put it back down, and then it just, I don't know. There's something about rolling, it just drives me crazy. The new one, this one, FS25, not as bad. It's actually truly not as bad. I'm actually growing into at least being okay with rolling. Still don't like it, but I'm okay with it, which is a huge jump, I guess, from previous Farming Simulator iterations. The big problem right now is it's hard to see where we've been with the lime down on the ground. That's normally why you would want to put the lime down first and then drill over top of that. It's a little bit easier to see the texture of where you've been versus where you haven't. You can clearly tell if I look at it from this angle, you can clearly tell where I've rolled and where I have not rolled, right? It's a much lighter texture on the ground versus the dark texture of the drilling. When you have the lime in, you can still tell, but it's not as easy to tell, right? It's not as easy, so I'm just going to do a bit of a headland here so that way I don't run into the lake here. I really don't want to run into that. We've had that issue once before already. So very well, this could take us longer than I anticipate. It really could. It very well might. Now that I'm looking at this, I'm thinking it might, because we have to do that whole field over there too, right? And this is going to take us a while. The worker itself has to do a field that, to be fair, it's a big field, but it's not anywhere near as big as this field, right? It's not even close to the size of these two fields if you put them together, right? So the odds are I'm completely wrong with my earlier statement and that the worker will be done before we're done with the rolling. But nonetheless, we have to do this anyway. Well, I guess we don't have to, but I want to do it because I want to get a better yield out of the ground here. So doing a slide again. Nope. That is the wrong path. It's taking us right down the same area. We do not want that. We want to be over here. There we go. Not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. I'm probably going to miss bits. I'll be fully transparent with you. There is a high likelihood that we're not going to be able to get every single bit of this done properly. But I think there's also, if you look here to the left, I think there's also a little bit of an overhang there where maybe we were going down the right path, right? You can kind of see that clear as day there, that there was a bit, for whatever reason, because the field is a little bit too large, I guess, for most of the Let's see if it actually does what I'm saying. Yeah, it does. It is. So the field's just a little bit too large, so it has to have a little bit of an overhang there, so you're kind of overlapping some of the other stuff you've already previously rolled, but that's all right. So, talked for a little bit here, not a very long time. Normally I talk for a lot longer, but let's just jump into this. Let's get this done, and then we'll go from there, huh? All right, so I had initially thought, you know what, let's go put some wheat or barley in there in October. We're going to jump to October here in just a second, and I had a bit of a change of heart here real quick. So I think I'm going to hold off on putting anything in that field. It might sound weird, but the reason why I'm going to do that is I think I'm going to end up putting in some soybeans in here. I think that's a better approach for us, so I think that's what we're going to do. If I put in canola or, if I put in barley or wheat, excuse me, in October, we're not going to be able to harvest them until July. Or August, and that means we are going to miss the opportunity for us to be able to drill soybeans. So, having understood all of that, we are going to make a bit of a change here. We're not going to put in anything in that field that we just had the worker finish plowing up for. So I guess in hindsight, I didn't really need to have the worker do that, but oh well, too late now, right? It's been done now, it's too late now. So let's go ahead and jump to October, and I will see you down once we're moving all the fish around. All right, welcome to a rainy October. It does look like the rain will subside here, hopefully soon, because it just has the cloud up there in the right-hand corner now instead of the rain. But it is still raining for the time being. Sun's starting to pop out, which is also a good thing. I did already get all the fish stacked up on the trailer, so it's just a matter of us going ahead and picking up the trailer here and then doing the needy, which we continue to do, right? Taking it all over the place and dropping most of the young trout at the lakes and then moving around from there. Haven't really looked to see how much actual adult trout we have from September to October. I don't know how many we actually garnered, but hopefully it's 2 pallets at each. I'd be ecstatic about that. It would make us a hell of a lot of money. Also, the used market has a nice planter out there, which is a little bit bigger than the one we have. It might be worth us potentially upgrading to that. It's a 6-meter width versus the one we currently have, which I think is like 3, something like that. It's very, very small. So it might be worth us going ahead and considering to do that as well. Got tons of flour over here, by the way. Tons and tons of flour. All good things. When the time comes to sell that flour, we're going to make a killing. Yeah, this is much smaller. So I do think that is going to be on the docket for us. As a matter of fact, we might as well go ahead and buy it now so we don't lose it, because there's a chance it could, you know, be... do we want inoculant tanks? I don't know if we want inoculant tanks or not. I'm gonna say no. What's the difference here? Nothing really. Don't really care. Don't care. No, don't really. I mean, I don't really care about any of this, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. 22,270. We still have money, and we're going to make a lot of money after this anyway, right? Now, today we are going to have to do some other work. It might, you know, we'll see how it goes, but we're going to do second applications of fertilizer on these two fields. We almost got 2 pallets at each, it looks like. Almost. This one, I don't know, maybe it's not in the right area, maybe? No, it looks like it is. It must be full then, huh? I don't know. I feel like maybe it isn't, though. Because I would just filled that other one up. So, yeah, it's not. It must have just not been in the right trigger point. Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. These are starting to fall now, which sucks, but it is what it is as well, right? Not much you can do about that. So we'll stack these up. I'm going to use it by hand for the time being here. Just until we are able to buy another, some kind of either a front loader or, you know, some kind of a forklift of some sort to put there. This is probably not going to work looking at this. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to slide this in here. I'm not. So let's just unstrap these. Let's let them fall. We can restack it. Okay, or they're not going to fall. That's interesting. That is not what I anticipated. And I can't even slide it in there. Oh, there's another strap we missed. There we go. And there they go. Let me get this cleaned up. Alright, that's all cleaned up. The rain literally just subsided after I restarted this. And both of those lakes are full, so we just got to fill this one up. Only 1 pallet over here as well. Unfortunate, but that's okay. It's still going to produce a good amount of money for us either way. Alright, they should all be maxed out. They are. Perfect. And we'll just need to huck this last one up here. And we can be on our way and going and selling these and making some more money for ourselves. Alright, off we go. You've seen me do this a bunch. I'm not going to do anything as far as a time-lapse goes. We're just going to go ahead and sell them. So I will meet you at the sell points. Alright, we are pulling on up here to the back side here for the sell point. For the adult stuff. $30 grand plus 1,526 for the environmental score. That's great. We're up to 47 now. Very, very happy with that. And then this zone here should get us closer to 80, I would say. Probably a little less than that, actually. We didn't have as much as we normally do. Oh, we were closer than I thought. 70,876. So 22,000 out of that, plus 1,114 environmental score. Fantastic. So we're at 70 grand, which is good. Now we are going to have to put some money into some fish food here. The lakes themselves don't need a ton. They need about 500-ish each, which is great. But this one, it really does need about, you know, a little less than 15,000. I mean, you can figure that out. So, I guess what I'm trying to get at is we're going to have to go to the shop again and buy some more food for the time being. Let's see, let's get to the right place here. So that will give us 16,000. We probably need 2 more. We probably need that. Puts us at 44,876. It's not really that much profit, unfortunately, there, but that's all right. It's probably, you know, the fish are not worth as much right now. I'm sure that's what it was, as they had been. So Like I said, eventually here, we're not going to be selling the fish as much as we are now. Eventually, we're going to be storing them until it's the best time to sell them, right? But right now, granted, we've got enough money that we can survive for a little while, so we probably could start doing that. But really, we need the money for other things, as we already talked about, right? Now, we did buy a new planter, right? That new planter we purchased, well, a used planter, but that planter we purchased, we got to go back up and get the other one and go sell that one, the old one, right? We don't necessarily have to do it today. Obviously, we're not planting anything today, so it does not have to be today. But nonetheless, that is something else that we do have to do and we can do here in the off-season, because we are running into the off-season. Now, speaking of that off-season, we also talked about, the land that we purchased. There's some trees back there that evidently are ours. At least that's what all of you have told me. So we can go up there and sell some of those trees, and that can produce a pretty good chunk of money for us as well if we go that route. So we will see. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to go about it. I more than likely will put down a sawmill, and more than likely it'll be our standard sawmill that we like to put down, and then make some pallets from that wood. I think that's the better approach. It's certainly going to make us more money if we go that approach, right? So that's probably what we're going to end up doing. So that's going to cost a little bit of money to do all that, right? And that also means we're going to need to get something that we can move those trees around with. More than likely, it will be a winch, I would assume. That's normally the easiest way. It's just to kind of pull the trees out with a winch. Now, the big problem I guess we're going to have with those fields that we just drilled is they might partially be in the way for us to be able to, get some of those trees to where we want to put them at. I don't know where we're going to put the sawmill at. I have to figure all that out yet. I really haven't... Whoops. I really haven't sorted all that out yet. That's something that can be sorted out later, though. It doesn't need to be right now. But nonetheless, that is something we have to think about, right? But yeah, I think the sawmill is the way to go for sure with those. Don't know how many there are. I don't know how many on that back wall are ours. Maybe they're all of them. If it is, that's great. That's a pretty significant amount of trees if it is. Could really get us probably close to 100 grand if we turn them into pallets, which would be fantastic. Also, we'd get a little bit of wood chips out of it too, which is obviously always a good thing, right? Those wood chips are worth a lot of money when it comes to the winter months. Normally it's January or December, one of the two, I don't remember, but either way, that is something else that's going to produce extra money for us. Well, that went about as well as you could possibly expect, didn't it? There we go. And there we go. All right, I will see you up at the farm. We'll drop these off. All right, let's go do our normal here and drop all the fish food off at these different locations. I suspect that there may be a tiny bit left over that we're going to have to drop off, and that's fine. I'm just going to leave it down at the Aquafarm like we have been doing, right? Considering even making a bump when it comes to the Aquafarm specifically, and maybe jumping up the salmon to the 2 times, right, where it actually makes more salmon for us. I'm considering doing that as well. Now that we've got a little bit of funds in the account, maybe having a few more of those would be beneficial for us, and we can sell them, right? Certainly when it comes time when we're going to be storing stuff, I think we'll absolutely be doing that. But yeah, maybe bumping these up might be, I don't know. It says less young salmon, though. But I get, well, it's more cycles per month, so, I mean, anyway. Let's go drop the rest of this fish food off down there. Almost did a... almost flipped this thing a couple of times on the way here. It's always the fish food for some reason that flips. Like, if I put everything else on here, it normally doesn't flip too often. But the fish food, if I go around a corner, it's like right there, it's already wanting to flip. Even remotely close to too fast, it starts wanting to flip. But I can go around corners with other things on here that I would suspect to be heavier. It's really not a problem. I don't know. There we go again, see? Anyway. Okay, accepted some. I expected it's going to accept these. I probably just wasn't close enough. Oh, I stand corrected. Wow, okay. We did not need all this fish food, but that's all right. You know, that's a good thing. I'm going to leave that right there. It should just accept it straight from the actual trailer itself, but... And anyway, we're going to leave the episode at that point. Probably a little bit shorter. I didn't really look that closely at the time, but it's probably a little bit shorter, but that's okay. We're going to leave it at that point. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like, subscribe button in the case you've yet to do so. Thanks to my members. Cannot thank them enough. There's a link down below if you're interested in that. There's also a link to my other channel, which is down below, non-Farming Simulator related. So if you're into anything like Red Dead Redemption 2 or maybe Dynasty Warriors Origin DLC, I'm doing those right now. So if you're interested in that, check that out. Discord is down there as well. You're able to share anything that you are working on currently, whether it's a video, images, whatever, and conversations, etc. I try to get to those whenever I can. And yeah, we'll leave it at that. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your support. We'll see you next time, gang.